My name is Carly. I'm 6 years old, and I am in first grade, and I live in Fargo with my mama and dada.
And my name is Tanya Frazier, and I live in Fargo with my husband and daughter, and
What grade are you in?
I am not in a grade. I am in a mom grade, and Carly goes to Washington School in Fargo, North Dakota. Hey, Carly, do you remember during the school year, we did that thing called the Word of the Day that they do at Washington? So every week you'd come home with a sheet, and it would have a word on it. Remember that? Yeah. And we would look at the word, and then we would talk about the word, right? Okay, so Carly, if this week's word of the week was responsibility, what we used to do and what we're going to do again is look for responsibility happening during the things that you do and during the things you looking for things that it happens when I'm doing it, right? Or when we see people in public doing it. So where in the last few days have you caught someone being responsible?
I was responsible when I cleaned my room.
Yeah, you were. And you know when you were most responsible? When you cleaned your room and no one asked you to. Yeah, that's really responsible.
And I cleaned your room.
Yeah, you helped me clean up my room. We had some laundry on the floor and you helped pick it up, didn't you?
I cleaned up all of it.
All of it, like a big surprise. That was very responsible of you.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
It was a surprise, absolutely. Okay, let me ask you another question. So if we were talking, the word of the week was kindness. Where have you, in the last couple of weeks, shown kindness?
When I let my friend play with me.
When you let your friend play with you? They really wanted to play with you, and that was kind of you to play with them, wasn't it? What could you have done instead that wouldn't have been kind?
They asked me, and I could have said, no, you can't play with me. Go find someone your own size.
Yeah, you could have, because they were a younger kid?
No.
An older kid?
Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't do that because you were showing kindness, and that's the nice thing to do. You know, we've been doing this kind of language acquisition stuff longer than the word of the week, but it gave us a nice platform to be able to be reminded and cued on a new word. That way we had, 40 different words during the school year that we were sure to add to her vernacular, so to speak. What's neat is using a word for a period of time and building it into vocabulary in a first-hand way then sticks. And I've heard when she was little, I would guess she was about 3, we had talked about generosity and had caught her being generous and caught other people being generous. And 6 months later, we were in a situation, she said, Mommy, guess what? I was generous today. I was generous when I did this. And she pulled it out. We hadn't talked about it in weeks. When kids know what those words mean because they felt them, then they can use them when the timing is right. So often we get stuck in vocabulary ruts. We need to teach children new words, and we need to add more words to their vocabulary. But if they don't understand what those words mean in a first-hand way, it means nothing. So often we'll teach children about character qualities by reading them books or showing them movies. And for children, especially for young children, but for teenagers too, that's something that someone else does or a quality that someone else has. So one of the reasons that we use the word of the week the way that we do at our house is because it's important for me to know that Carly knows what they feel like to be those words and that knows what it looks like for other people to do that. Then it's a firsthand experience, not just something that relates to other people but not to her. And it also builds her inner strength and her inner wealth to know who she is, that she is all of those things. Though it may not be all of the time, the fact that she knows it's in her shows that it is who she is.